We could do video on this one. I got my nice hat on from Seattle, Washington. And you know, we're reporting live. United States of America, state of Florida, city of Rockledge. Coming live to you guys. All right. So we get it on here. Hello. Okay, we in effect. We live. We lit. What's up? All right, check me out. First and foremost, I want to say we are doing religion, politics, sports, and entertainment on this podcast. So I don't have the professional display, but if you want to hear what I got to say, just listen, tune in. You don't even got to watch my face or see me talk. You can just put the phone or whatever you got it playing and just let it rock because we are going to get into the podcast. Again, welcome to the Tribe Benjamin podcast. This is Benjamin Martin Smith, King Benjamin of the Tribe of Benjamin, mentioned in the Bible and the podcast thereof. Let's go ahead and start a prayer out, y'all, whether you're starting your day or evening or your afternoon. Let's start with the Lord's Prayer. Here we go. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. And give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sinned against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and for thine is the power, and for thine is the glory, forever and ever. In Jesus' holy, righteous name we pray. Amen. Whew, I feel good after saying that, y'all. All right, so here we go. We're going to start with religion and say, hey, that is the Lord's Prayer. Sometimes when you pray, you just want to close your eyes or go into your place. I'm in the bathroom here. I won't lie to you guys. I'm not going to flip it around me. Here you go. I'll flip around. Okay. But whether it's your bathroom or your closet, go to your happy place. Go to your personal place. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Happy Gilmore, the movie, when he was learning how to putt, he was talking about go to his happy place, meditate in that peaceful place. And it's important, even in your own house, your own room, have a place where you can go meditate, go pray, go be one with God. So, you know what I'm saying? This is my happy place, the bathroom. So, that's how we're going to start it out, man. That's the religion. That's the faith, man. Find a happy place for yourself as a believer. People know, if you don't know by now, you should know as me, I'm a believer that post 2020, 2021, the mark of the beast has been given out, in forms of through the nasal passage, in forms of injection, by a needle into your arm. And everyone that's connected to that system is now has to follow the God of that system. So I'm a firm believer that I don't know how many gods of that system is, but if the Antichrist is Elon Musk, and that is the God of that system, and if the God of that system is also, Trump, Ye, William, Jeff, whoever have it be you, the people, aliens and extraterrestrials and men in black are the governors of that society, then that's the way I understand, the apocalypse and the revelation of the Bible coming to pass across this planet, Earth. So, not only do I not have any friends at the moment, I don't really open the layers of my soul to people anymore because I don't feel like the machine that I'm living in, the simulation I'm living in, is 100% human. So it's hard to be 100% human with something that isn't 100% human, if it makes sense to you guys. Um, do I still open up? Yes, but it's different than like me talking with Trey, Apparat, David. You know, previous podcasts ago, I talked about these men as chosen and as, the people that, you know, are my brothers. These are the people I can open up my soul to, right? Those that are that of the 144,000 chosen men. These are the people I can open up the wells of my heart to. I can't open up that to the system, to a girl that I don't know, to a guy I don't know. Most people I don't know. And because I'm not in the knowing of what you know, I don't know you, bruh. So I keep it hush. And that's part of my religion I've been practicing. It's just to keep it hush, keep it peaceful, but learn to participate in the simulation and not, um, you know, I'm not running into the wilderness and living in the woods and waiting for some animals and drones to spook me. I'm participating as a citizen in this country and as, you know, someone that goes to work and pays, rent just like most people do. We still got to go to the grocery store, The country is still running. And as long as the simulation is running the way it is, I participate until God switches it over, Jesus Christ and, the Bible fulfilling everything the Antichrist must do. And, the false prophet and the dragon, it all has to come to play, right? So, um, that's why I'm glad to be here, reporting to you guys live from a birthplace and a upbringing of mine, Brevard County, Florida. It's good to be here, and I'm one of the young speakers out here. There's not many young people like me who really speak on an independent platform that's located in this region. You think it's the last of a dying breed, but it's the start of a new one, right? Because the way there's a new breed of humans, there's a new breed of chosen people that have come to the forefront, like me, and still has maintained their freedom of speech and maintained their, the seal of God in their forehead. So I'm just speaking my part from Tribe of Benjamin. And I was watching the Transformers movie, the switch into entertainment from religion. The Transformers movie, Anthony Anderson was funny in that first one. I really wish they had brought him back in the second and the third movie. He would have been great. And, that's what makes the first one so special is that it had Anthony Anderson and he had some funny parts. And like, it had all the pieces. You had Megan Fox with Shia LaBeouf. You had it flowed pretty cool, and it was ahead of its time. When I think about the graphics and the great computer animation of 2007, like this was like the graduation album was to the movie theater. Like you had the graduation album, and you had the movie Transformers in '07. It's like what this kind of set the tone for the future, and it kind of made stood the test of time. You go listen to Graduation or the Transformers movie. Transformers One, I'm talking about with Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox, Anthony Anderson, the girl with the blonde hair, the guy that looks like Donald Trump, but he has more gray hair, like the government people. Shout out to Transformers and Michael Bay, everybody that put together those films. The first one is classic, and Bumblebee speaks at the end, and nobody really heard Bumblebee talk in the future movies like that. You hear him in the first one, a brief clip. For anybody fans of the Transformers series, like I've been a real big consumer of the Transformers. I don't like using the word fan, but I've been consuming a lot of the Transformers content for a long time now. Um, it's lit. It's lit. I've been watching the first one, finished it. Now I got to switch over to the second. Just going through it again, trying to get through the whole 5 movies, 3 with Shia LaBeouf, 2 with Mark Wahlberg. Some people want to take away those 2. There's some cool parts in those 2, whether they're not a part of the original 3 Michael Bay did. Obviously, Megan Fox was Shia's girlfriend in only two of the movies. Then there was a new girl in the third one. She never reappears, just like Shia never reappears in the fourth or fifth. Um, this is how it went to. I mean, a lot of people would have loved to see Shia LaBeouf in a fourth Transformer film, just like a lot of people would like to see, Michael J. Fox in a fourth, Back to the Future. But it didn't happen, and you have what you have, until anything comes in the future. So Transformers, awesome series. I'm thinking about going back and watching Sonic the Hedgehog. I might watch the three movies, but I might just watch that third one again. It was pretty, they put it together pretty well. And the Casper scene was really clever. I like how they put that in there. A lot of people know I watched Casper in Seattle this summer, and that was the first time I watched Casper, in a long time. And I was a big person that liked Casper. Even the texture of how they put that movie together in the Northeast and kind of understanding what the Northeast United States of America kind of feels, looks like in the New England area, So I think Friendship, Massachusetts or something is where they filmed Casper. But I like how they put that scene in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. They did a real good job at animating Shadow the Hedgehog and making him look very just computer generated proper, how kids and teens and guys and girls were playing Sonic Adventure to Battle with Shadow. And remember, we're also playing the Shadow the Hedgehog game. They really did a good job bringing Shadow. And obviously, there's been announcements for a fourth Sonic the Hedgehog film. So everybody that is interested in Sonic the Hedgehog, that's four films like that, like one, two, three, four. And I'm not going to say there's a lot of meat and potatoes like you get with the Transformers series or the Back to the Future series, of just like a lot of memorable moments. But the fact you can pull off four films is pretty big. I'm obviously advocating for there to be a Back to the Future 4 and a Transformers 6 or Transformers 4 pick up where 3 left off. Because we know 4 and 5 did its own type of thing, but it was still like a spin-off universe. You can bring back that original universe of Transformers 1, 2, and 3, because 3 was ahead of its time. The scene in Chicago, how they did it, it was pretty lit. So you got to think about, they could bring Transformers back with Shia LaBeouf if they wanted to. Everybody knows Shia LaBeouf for Even Stevens, Holes, and boom, Transformers. He did a lot of other movies. There was what was it called? Dysphoria. What was it called? Freaking Disturbia. I had to remember because Rihanna had a song. They came around the same time. That movie Disturbia came out with Shia LaBeouf with the goggles. I think he's on house arrest. He sees some creepy stuff going on. He starts investigating. Shia LaBeouf has had amazing acting roles, and he was one of my favorite actors growing up. And I still think he's probably one of the top notch A-list actors, whether they want to put him on that list or not. He spoke for a generation. Even his YouTube videos he did, even his Twitter postings he did, the way that he went about, life and trying to express himself as an individual with the resources and platforms he's had, wearing a paper bag over his face, getting into jail, like being a real ass guy in this fucking crazy ass world and getting punished for it, getting punished for having balls, getting punished for trying to push the envelope. And it's real fucked up how they did Shia, but this is me advocating for him to have another major role as he deserves, as far as how he was treated in the industry and how y'all did him. We're just people watching, and not all of us want to be famous. Not all of us care about the Illuminati part of the industry, but there's a reason Shia LaBeouf pulled back, because Transformers, like he said, it put him on a rocket ship. It sent him to the moon, and maybe it was too intense for him, but how the industry was treating him, Before and after that probably didn't help at all. He hurt his arm in the second film, right? That's how they had to play it off with the cast. And, there's probably a lot of girls that try to attack Shia. A lot of witches and a lot of just people trying to put spells on the kid when he was already trying to just do, his magic in the studio and create. So it's not to take away from his works that he did Honey Boy, and he had some amazing American Honey, you know, these dudes done some amazing, legendary, you would have to say indie films. Okay, Fury with Brad Pitt, and who really remembers that? But, he's done a lot of coming back on a silver screen. Whatever is not the golden screen, it's like silver screen, like indie classics and close to blockbuster. But you guys have blackballed the guy, Shia LaBeouf. And this is going from religion to entertainment. This is all talking about entertainment and the industry that is. You did Shia LaBeouf wrong, and it's not that he deserves another chance. He should be able to have creative control to make what he wants to make without any limitations on his brain. But at the same time, if he wants to give fans, if he wants to give people what they want to see, a lot of people, and I speak for a lot of people, millions want to see another Shia LaBeouf Transformers film. It was classic, and you can keep doing it like the way they're doing Shrek. They already announced Shrek 5. Okay, that's 4 Shrek movies, Shrek 5 plus 2 Puss in Boots movies. That's 7 movies. Okay, Transformers has a lot of movies. Let's not take away the work they put in. That's 5 films with humans and the CGI robots. And then you have a spin-off, Bumblebee, that's 6. And then we have the Transformers 1 movie that's completely animated. I don't like adding that, but if you want to add it, that's 7. But even after that 7, before, we can't forget the other one they did, the Transformers with the New York guy with the accent from the 90s. Listen, I wasn't a fan. I think that was the worst Transformers movie out of every one I've seen. But it's not to take away anyone's acting skills, maybe. I'm not a big fan of any of the actors, but that film was terrible. And even I got someone that agreed that he walked out of the theater. He didn't even finish the film because it was so bad. And I warned him, and he hit me up telling me that. So you guys got to bring Shia LaBeouf back. Sure, bring Mark Wahlberg back as well. But you got to have Shia back. Bring Mark Wahlberg back. If the New York kid, we don't need him back. I'm sorry. Let him do something else. Let him do a Pokemon or a Sonic movie. Put him in Sonic since he was Sonic and Tails. But the G.I. Joe spin-off Transformer, I don't know about that, bro. Do the Shia LaBeouf. Michael Bay, original creators that can really pull something off. You need my help. You want some of my input, here it is. I'll do more podcasts talking about the Transformers series and how you guys could extend it and how people do want to see Shia LaBeouf reprised in another film or 2. But, heck, what do I know? Let's go ahead and shift to sports. Super Bowl is literally weeks away. But before that, we have Saturday, no football as far as college goes. Notre Dame lost. Ohio Buckeyes won. So Columbus, Ohio got a championship out there. I've been to Columbus. Shout out to Columbus. I was there in 2011 for a First Pentecostal Palm Bay youth trip where we went to NAYC. I don't know, not North American Young Church. I don't know what it stood for, but it was apostolic. It was Pentecostal, it was Christian, and it was a gathering of young people in Columbus, Ohio, at the hockey arena, 2011 summer. Don't remember. Might have been June, might have been July, might have been August. I think it was in August actually. Um, so I have a very special memory in Columbus and also Cincinnati, going to Kings Island theme park afterwards and to the Coastline Museum. I have a video on one of my YouTube channels from way back 2009 YouTube channel of being at the museum in Columbus, Ohio. But I didn't have any footage of Kings Island theme park in Cincinnati. But I remember Cincinnati being spelled in lights as you cross the bridge into the city or away from the city. And that was super cool for me to see that. And then going into Kentucky right after. But Ohio State Buckeyes, they were a big team in the 2000s, and they had a big rivalry with the Gators. And everyone knows the Gators won that one year. For anybody that was a Florida Gators fan, I'm from Florida, so you already know that was a special year with Chris Leak and them boys. Um, and I think Reggie Nelson was on that team as well. Uh, Palm Bay High School alumni, also Palm Bay High alumni right here, and Eau Gallie High alumni, and Bayside High alumni, and Palatka High School alumni. I'm four alumni because I went to all those schools, even if it was for a year, for a couple months. I'm alumni. Thank you. I called it for myself. An alumni is just a very important Christian man who made it out and came back with the truth and made it through the apocalypse. That type of alumni, nothing wicked or satanic. But thanks to God, the message is just, hey, we talking about some sports. We're talking about alumni. We're talking about the Ohio State Buckeyes. And they got a championship. So let's not shy away from, Drake did have a bar about the Ohio State Buckeyes, because that even shows you in Drake's music talking about the Ohio State Buckeyes. And I think his first mixtape, So Far Gone. This was a big franchise of a college sports team that was doing well, even in the 2000s. So that bar is it made it timeless, because the Ohio State Buckeyes just won again, 2025 calendar year. So aside from the Buckeyes, Notre Dame made it to be the runner-up, and that's big. So let's not knock Notre Dame for the hustle and how they made it to the championship. That's probably first time, a long time in history, Notre Dame. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know much about Notre Dame, except it sounds like a really old Catholic school that was very traditional to a lot of people and really important to a lot of people. And the movie Rudy, that was, man, I had to watch it because Notre Dame was in the playoffs, and I had to watch Rudy because I remember Notre Dame and Rudy, and man, go watch Rudy. Go check out Rudy, y'all. Y'all got to see that movie if you care about Notre Dame. So yeah, real classic stuff. Classic matchup. People will say it was a classic matchup, right? Good game, right? I mean, you guys enjoyed it. Sports, we do have the NFC Championship game. That's going to be, if anybody's a Kansas City fan, they're happy right now because their team is one win away from the Super Bowl game for a chance for another Super Bowl. I think possibly a three-peat. And if anyone's a Buffalo Bills fan, like your team made it this far, and look, you're one win away from a potential Super Bowl. And for anybody in New York and the Buffalo Bills, the Bills haven't been good for a long time to make it this far. And they have a chance. Like, that's the way the Jacksonville Jaguars felt, going against New England in the AFC. I think it was an AFC championship game as well. Like, this is big. Even if it's a divisional game, you won that. You made it to the AFC championship, and you're one win away from a Super Bowl. This is huge for Buffalo Bills. Because I was a big Jaguars fan, and anytime we went close to the Super Bowl, felt amazing in itself. So I know Buffalo Bills fans are just happy to make it this far. But if they do an upset on Kansas City, that's going to be historic. And I'll probably pick them to win the Super Bowl. Even if they don't win it, I'll just be happy that they made it to the Super Bowl. But shout out to the Buffalo Bills, man. When it comes to the NFC Championship game with the NFL, we have the Philadelphia Eagles, Philly, and we have the let's see the team we got. Oh, Washington D.C. The Commanders. They changed the name from the Redskins, which everyone knew them as, to the Commanders. So we got the Commanders versus Philly. Very like it's just like a subway series or a interstate series because Philly to DC is not that far of a drive, y'all. To anybody that drives between DC to New York knows Philly is right along the way, and it's not that far from DC to Philly without traffic, of course. But let's talk about it, man. This is going to be a huge game. This looks like a huge rivalry here. And who do you think is going to win? Philly or the Commanders? I know Philly has hardcore, diehard fans, and I'm sure they're the favorite, and I'm sure they're the fan favorite to win. But the Commanders, they're not playing around. They obviously have heart. They've made it this far. And if they were upset, Philly, imagine a Buffalo Bills Commanders, Washington Commanders. It don't even sound right, right? But imagine Buffalo Bills, Washington Commanders. That would be an interesting Super Bowl in New Orleans. But obviously, people are leaning to see a Kansas City, Philadelphia Eagles matchup in New Orleans. And I'm like, oh, here we go. This is what it is. Okay. And then it's like, who am I going to choose? If it's Kansas City and Philly, it's like, obviously Philly. You know what I'm saying? Like Church of Philadelphia. Hello. And then, Kansas City ends up getting a win and going three. Would I even care if they had a 3P? I honestly still wouldn't care. I'm not on the Kansas City bandwagon. I'm not on the Swifty train and the Mahones and the Kelsey thing, whatever. I just don't really care. I don't know why. Maybe because of all the hype, maybe because they just been everywhere and I don't like the uniform. Like the Arrowhead Stadium looks cool. I'm not going to take away anything from how cool that stadium looks, but I just never like Kansas. I don't care about Kansas City. Like the stadium, cool. But nah. It's just nah. It is not hitting. Like, there's just some teams that are good. You just still don't like. The Patriots. I never liked the Patriots. They were amazing when they had the dynasty. I just never liked them. Even how good they are on. They had some amazing plays. You gotta, salute and respect what they're doing. But I mean, aside from the cheating, but the evil, the witchcraft, but like the physical ability, it's like wow, it's there. And the way Brady would throw them balls to Randy Moss, and we remember that it was an amazing show. But never was a big fan of the Patriots. I'm not a big fan of Kansas City either. So personally, I'd rather see a Buffalo Bills Philadelphia Eagles matchup. And if it's Eagles versus Bills, I ain't gonna lie and say I'm not gonna take the Eagles, but I would not be mad if the Buffalo Bills beat the Eagles. I'm like, let's go, Buffalo. I see you. I see you. But let's keep it real, y'all. I'm not here to do no fairy tales and say the Commanders and the Bills or the Bills and the Eagles. The way everything's looking, it looks like it's going to be Kansas City and Philly. So let's keep it 100. But regardless, man, you going to see Kansas get a 3P, or would you rather see Philly get another Super Bowl win since Kobe Bryant was turned up and happy that his team won a championship? I don't know. I think Philly would want to do it for Kobe. Okay? Anyways, let's see what's going to happen Sunday, y'all. 2 days away. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And if you ever watch this video, I made it 2 days before the game. So that's our sports segment. NBA, let me watch some games, see some highlights before I talk about it. Have no idea what's going on with NBA. I heard about a Jimmy Butler trade. We heard some things, trades, rumors. They're trying to break up Curry, obviously, and Draymond. They always something going on, right? And The season's come a long way since the Olympic Games of 2024, when all the superstars, KD, LeBron, Curry, everybody was out there, Embiid. Now it's All-Star, weekend we're looking at. It's less than a month away. All-Star weekend is going to be in San Francisco. I just realized that's going to be dope. Like, I like San Francisco a lot. I like going out there. I like the vibe. I like the Bay Area, Berkeley. Shout out to Oakland. Shout out to Fremont, Union City. You know what I'm saying? Palo Alto, South San Francisco, Burlingame, like San Rafael. Shoot, man. Shout out to freaking Napa, Sacramento, man. Shout out to San Jose. Shout out to freaking um, Hayward. Shout out to Vallejo, Pittsburgh, Antioch. Man, just shout out the whole Bay. I love the Bay. I love driving around the bridges. I love being in the Bay. I love to be in the Bay when the weather warms up. In Jesus' name, I'll be back, baby. But this year, All-Star break in San Francisco. The players are going to have fun. The people are going to really appreciate the Bay when they can stay for more than one day in one game. So expect it to be a lit week in the Bay Area. Because if it hits San Francisco, baby, the whole Bay's lit. Because not everybody's going to get a hotel in San Francisco. You might not be able to afford one. You might have to get a hotel or Airbnb in Oakland or down in the South and the South Bay, down in San Jose. You might be driving in traffic to get to the game or the festivities. Hey, you might be out there in Berkeley, going to school and making sure you enjoy some All-Star weekend. So shout out to everybody in the Bay. And I know I'm probably leaving some cities out, but the Bay is the Bay. The Bay is the Bay. So from the Bay to the Bay, because I'm out here close to Palm Bay, and the Brevard counties, we're our own Bay area because we got Titusville, we got Merritt Island, we got Cocoa, we got Satellite Beach, we got Melbourne, Palm Bay, we got Bayside, we got Vieira. We are our own Bay, and I kind of represent, Florida culture. And I got to represent because this is where I'm from, the 321. So from straight up from, I don't even know the area code out there, but from the 415, I believe, 415 to the 321, the Bay. That's All-Star Weekend, man. So I think this has to be one of the best All-Star weekends just based off the location itself. We know KD likes the Bay. We know Curry and Dre have stayed in the Bay for a reason and even moved the team from Oakland to San Fran. So the fact that it's in the Chase Center, this is a big thing for the Bay. And this is what they put the money into the stadium for, to see, them put on festivities at this high caliber, like the NBA All-Star Game and the NBA, dunk contest, three-point contest, and all the festivities, celebrity games, all the stuff that goes around NBA. So I'm kind of most hyped about this All-Star weekend. Obviously, there's going to be some trade deadline, but I'm just really looking forward to hearing about the All-Star weekend. Obviously, it comes after the Super Bowl, and it's something for people to look at and watch when there's no more football going on. So that's what we're going to say for sports. And last but not least, we got some mother ducking politics we can talk about. Trump is now the president. Now, if you guys have been watching my other videos, I've really been talking a lot about the politics. So I'm not going to do too much talking about politics. Let's just say he signed a lot of bills and they're hitting the House or the courts or the judges. And some of them are bouncing back. And all I'm saying is a lot of that stuff that's progressive, that's going to get this country through. Let's just get those bills through, please, guys. I'm pleading with the people that are over here pushing a lot of these bills back. Just get them through. Just get them through. The ones that we really need. The birthright citizenship thing, I'm cool with it getting through. Get it through. So I've just been on the pro-Trump era, just getting this country revamped as fast as possible and getting the old system out and bringing the new system in because, we're in a new age and now we can't keep operating this new age on old train tracks. You know what I'm saying? We got to build new infrastructure. Drill, baby, drill. I love all the words Trump is using just to simplify everything up. We don't need long jargon rhetoric. We need things simple and to the point. Protect the border, drill. Let's bring America back. Let's bring families back. Let's bring, this country back, and let's keep it under God. You know what I'm saying? And let's respect God. Let's respect Jesus. Let's respect freedom of speech, and let men be men and women be women, and let's get it. So that's basically what I got to say about the politics. But I hope you guys enjoyed. This is, the acronym was like religion, politics, sports, entertainment. So R.S.P.E, religion, sports, politics, entertainment. Or R.P.S.E, religion, politics, as I think I like the R.S.P.E because it sounds like RSVP, but it's R.S.P.E. But I know I put the title as R.P.S.E. So we broke it down, y'all. We did the religion. We talked about entertainment, talked about some movies. We did the sports. We talked about football, talked about basketball, and we did some politics. Talk about this Trump in this country. Let's get it through. New age, y'all. New time. All right, y'all. We about 36 minutes. I'm glad everybody tuned in. And to the next podcast, Try Benjamin Podcast is out. Peace.